All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Brandon. Look, I am excited, and I got something interesting for you guys today. All right, as you guys already saw from the thumbnail, all right, we are about to take a deep dive into the new Xplor 600 SE. That's SE for special edition, man. This follows basically the predecessor of the old Xplor 600. Not the Pro, the old 600, all right? So we're gonna take a deep dive in that, man. But guess what? We got a sponsor today. Can you believe that? You know, all these years on YouTube, I've pretty much never had a sponsor. Everything that I've always done, I've done by myself. You know what I'm saying? So all my followers and all you guys supporting me, liking my content and what I do and what I bring to the table, you know, it's always about me. Nobody is out there promoting me, you know, but today, guess what? We got a sponsor today, man. I've been working behind the scenes with Adorama and Flashpoint, man, and they love what I do off-camera flash and what I do with my equipment and everything and what I show you guys. So guess what? Adorama Flashpoint reached out to me and they sent me the all-new Xplor 600 SE. All right, this is the new Xplor 600 SE special edition monolight. Adorama's motto for this is yesterday's power, tomorrow's technology. So this video is sponsored by Adorama, man. Adorama's motto: everybody is a creator, and that's why I got the hat like this, man. I personally shop at Adorama for all my photography needs, basically almost all my gear. They have a very, very professional staff, great customer service, man, and always willing to answer any questions that I have, man. So without further ado, let's get right into this bad boy. Today, we're gonna take a deep dive into the menu system, kind of tell you what these things are, what you can expect with the new Xplor 600 SE. Now, there is a lot to cover, all right, because I wanna make sure I give you as much as I can. So pull up a chair, grab a coffee, and let's get right into it, all right? Later on in the video, I will do a side-by-side comparison with the Xplor 600 Pro that I've always been using and the SE to kind of show you some differences and try to give you compare and contrast of the two. But first, we're just going to dive into the Xplor 600 SE and some of its new key features, all right? All right, so for this, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my hat around because I want you guys to see the Flashpoint. But also, Flashpoint did send me out some pretty cool gifts too. They sent me out the Flashpoint hat, all right? And they also sent me out these tennis balls that you saw that I was playing with earlier, all right? Now, these tennis balls they have on here are tennis ball with hole for light stands, 3-pack. So as you know, like normally like on the C stands or really much any stand, they normally have 3 legs, right? Something like this I would use in like my studio if I had like hardwood floors. They all have holes right here so you can put up in your C stand, so if you're moving or scraping your C stand around on the floor, it won't scratch up your floor. So this is pretty cool, but you can get these from Adorama as well. These are the Flashpoint balls. This is a pretty cool idea, all right? I don't have hardwood floors. However, in the future, I do plan on getting hardwood floors out there in my studio. So this will be a great addition so I don't scratch up my floors, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and get the normal. Turn it around because you know we about to get into it, all right? Let's go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the front of the flash and we're gonna work our way back to the back, and I'm just gonna point out everything on this new flash, and then we're gonna go into the menu system. Then we're gonna do a comparison and show you some differences between the Xplor 600 Pro and the SE, and that's gonna be it, all right? Because it's, at the end of the day, it is a 600 watt flash, all right? Bottom line. But there are some key differences between this one and the Pro. First, let's start with the SE. Okay, so starting from the front of the flash, all right, we have our normal flash tube. You can find this same flash tube on the Xplor 600 Pro, but this is not the one that is on the Xplor 600, all right? Now, another thing about this thing is there are some parts that are actually interchangeable. Like this flash head is actually interchangeable with the Xplor 600 Pro. The battery is actually interchangeable with the old Xplor first 600. So if you have the 600, you can actually use the battery off of it and put in here. This battery is not interchangeable with the Xplor 600 Pro, but it is, again, this is an Xplor 600. This is not a Pro. So you have your normal Bowens mount for all your modifiers. All right, so any modifiers that go on here have to be Bowens mount. All right, here we have our knob right here. We have our bracket sleeve right in here, and then we have our locking knob. All right, moving right up, we have our nice little LCD panel right here. All right, pretty improved. I'm going to show you this in just a second, but I'm just pointing out everything. You have your mode button right here. You have your menu button. You have your set button, which is right here in the middle. You have your, and this is what you would use to, like, it's like your enter button, right? All right, just so you guys, just in case some of you guys don't know, your set button is kind of like your, you know, your enter button when you want to select something. So this is your set button. I'm gonna use my pen for this. All right. All right. So right here you have your power button slash flash test button. Over here you have your modeling lamp button. This right here, this is a new addition to the Xplor 600 family. Period. This is the new group flash ready indicator. I'm going to get more into this as well. Moving on along, you have a handle. So the handle here is kind of new and improved. So as you have like a really nice texture now on the handle right here to a better grip. So I definitely like this. This is definitely improved from the other Xplor 600. So definitely like this right here. So moving right on to the top of the Xplor 600 SE. We have over here, we have our USB-C port, all right, just in case we need to make any updates or anything, firmware updates. And the other side, we have the 3.5mm sync cord port, all right, as you can see that. All right, so this big red thing right here, of course, this is your photo cell receiver, all right. That's, again, when you want to put this in slave or anything like that. You have your battery charging port, which is right here. All right, battery charging port right here. This is your battery level indicator, and this is your battery level indicator button. And again, you have your battery here on the back. So that is basically everything that goes on the new one. Now again, I'm not gonna wait and show you the comparison between this and the Xplor 600 Pro. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. You turn this on, unlike the 600 Pro that's turned on from the bottom, you turn this on the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on and see what we got inside this menu system. Now I'm gonna hold this at the same time because I ain't got this on the level thing. So all right, so when you turn this light on, the first thing you're going to notice is the beautiful screen, all right? Again, this screen is totally different from the other ones. You know, we're used to those blue and dark blue other screens in the 600s and the 400s. I'm so glad that they went to this type of screen. You can see the light, everything is so much more clear and easier to read. I absolutely love it. Now, as you can see over here with this A, this is identified by the new group indicator system that they have in the new Xplor 600 SE. So what that means is the letter A is in red, and also your group level indicator, your group indicator is also in A. If you wanted to put this in a different group, you have to go to wireless. I'm gonna go through the menu system in a second, but I just want to show you what this looks like. So as you can see, it turned green. If I go to group C, that's blue. Group D, it's like a turquoise. E is like a pink. So you get the idea. So basically what that means, and I'll jump out of the menu, and then now you'll see the green B for group B right now. So basically what that allows you to do is if you have flashes or a bunch of, let's just say if you have a bunch of 600 SEs around the room, I'm using one as my main light, that might be group A, but then I have two as my rim lights. Those are both in group B. A lot of times when you look at your trigger, it'll tell you what groups are, but you don't know exactly which flash is in which group. So a lot of times you have to go up to the flash and actually look at the LCD to see what group it's in, but not with the new Xplor 600 SE. If I put this light over here in a group and this light over here in a group, I can see the color, which is down here. It allows me to see the color on what group it's in. So that automatically tells me that both of those lights are in the same group. if this one light was over here, was in a group, I can see that color, but I don't know if this light over here is in that group. But now with this one, this allows me to see that both of those lights are in the same group. And then a light behind it could be pink. That could be group C. I know just by looking at the different color that is in a different group. So I don't have to worry about anymore. I don't have to worry about that anymore with the new Xplor 600 SE. Now, hopefully they will put this technology in newer lights that come out in the future. Like I know the 600, I know the 400 Pro or the 400 is probably due for an upgrade soon. But I love this idea. However, this only works with the SE. So you would have to buy a bunch of SE 600 SEs in order to get that group light indicator, because none of the other lights have it right now. So hopefully that's going to be something coming out in the future. I think that is a great idea. I love that addition to this, showing what group is with which light. That is really good. All right, so getting to the menu system, we're just going to go ahead and press menu. So the first thing you're going to come to is wireless. Now wireless is going to have most of the stuff that you need to get into for us flash photographers. All right, so when you hit wireless, it's going to have, first of all, you got to make sure wireless is on. Okay, if you're this has the R2 system in it, so if you're triggering this by an R2 remote, you got to make sure that that wireless system actually is on. So that's where you do that. So now in here, this is where you will also change your channels, and you will also change your groups, and you can also have your ID on and off. Okay, it also has a wireless sync down here, so if your trigger in the system or the light or the monolight is not syncing up, this is where you would go in there to activate that wireless sync, so you can get both of your trigger and the light synced up together. The next one we come to is photo cell, on or off. Now, when we highlight it and press set, then we use our dial, our wheel right here, to actually change it. So as you can see, it goes to S1. And then if I do it again, it goes to S2, and then it goes back to off. So photo cell, like I told you before, S1 and S2 is like using this as a slave. So of course, a lot of people, if you know about flash, if I put this in slave mode, it has to get flash or light from another flash, and it will then trigger this one. Okay, so that's where you would put this or use this as a slave light to something else that's basically like your master. All right, the main reason why you would do something like that is if, like for example, if you was using a, I don't know, like a Westcott or Ellen Chrome or something else that was use the flash, and you can't use the same trigger for all these lights, then you could put this in slave mode to be triggered by something else but it has to see the flash. So that's where you would put this in slave mode to do that. All right, so that's what photo cell is. Currently it's off. Also has HSS mode, which is your high-speed sync. In order to use high-speed sync or to go above your camera's flash sync speed, so if you're shooting above whatever your maximum flash sync speed is for your camera, i.e. 2/50th of a second, or like my A1 is 400th of a second, if you want to go beyond that, 500, 1000, stuff like that, you would need to turn on high-speed sync in this flash. All right, so you will just highlight that with your set button, you would turn it, it's either on or off. All right, I mainly leave it on because I shoot in high-speed sync a lot. Sometimes I don't, depending on what the light is outside. There's nothing wrong with leaving it on, there's nothing wrong with leaving it off. All right, but if you're going to go beyond your camera's flash sync speed and you find that you're going above 250 a lot, you might as well just leave it on. It's not going to hurt nothing, just leave it on. All right, so going next, this is the modeling light. All right, as you can see, it says model right here. So when you highlight model, this is for your model lamp, you have CONT, which is constant, and then INTR, I think, which is intermittent. I don't know if that stands for intermittent or is enter something, but basically what this means is if you turn it to CONT, that means it's consistently on. So even when you flash or take a flash, the modeling lamp stays on. If you have it to INTR, it will turn off after it's triggered. After the flash is triggered, the modeling lamp is turned off. All right, so that's what that means. Going on down, you have beep. If you want this, when you flash it beep, that's what that means. If you have that, you can turn that on or off. Now, the cool thing about this, if you go down, we're going to have type. All right, type. Now the Xplor 600 SE has the ability to change its power values. Okay, so if I was to use this how I normally use it, since I normally use Godox or Flashpoint type flashes, I'm used to 512, 256, 1/16, 1/8, 1/4, things like that, right? So here, now say for instance you wanted to get this light, you were coming from like a Westcott system that normally uses the power indicators like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, stuff like that. Here you can use this to change those type of groups, or i.e. flash step displays, so the step in power for your flash. And another thing is this flash can go down to 1/5/12 of a second. It's crazy, but there's a catch with that. I found that there's a catch with that, and I'm gonna go over that in a second with you. But if I jump out of the menu system, you will see that I'm at 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, things like that. All right. Now, as you can see, it won't go to 512. I found out that if this is in high-speed sync, you cannot take this down to 512. If you can see, I turn this, I can't go to 512. Now, if I go back into the menu system and I turn off high-speed sync, let's go here, turn off high-speed sync, bam, now I can go to 512. All right, so I reached out to Adorama or Flashpoint, try to find out why that is. I'm still waiting on the answer. I technically really don't know, but you cannot go down to 5/12 of a second if high-speed sync is on. Now, also I will tell you this, if the high-speed sync is on trigger, all right, because you don't turn high-speed sync on your camera. Your trigger has high-speed sync that you can turn on, and your flash itself has high-speed sync. High-speed sync has to be turned off on your flash trigger, and it has to be turned off on your flash in order to use 512, okay? All right, so in here also we have auto off, brightness, delay, masking, language, reset, and device, all right? So that's pretty much it with the menu system. I don't think I have to go over any of those things. Standby, you know what that means. Auto off turns off in 30 minutes or whatever you set it to. Brightness, if there's a delay, you can turn on a delay in flashes, things like that. So that is pretty much the menu system of the Xplor 600 SE. All right, so we went over groups and we went over all of that. Again, it is a 600 watt flash, similar to if you already have one. Everything about it just looks fantastic. I love the LCD. I love the menu system. It's very, very user friendly. Now, there are some things that I want to show you that I picked up on comparing it to the Xplor 600 Pro. So let's bring out the Xplor 600 Pro. All right, so over here we have the Xplor 600 Pro, and then over here we still have the Xplor 600 SE. So I'll go over a few things about the Xplor 600 Pro and SE, some things that are just a little bit different, and then I'll show you physically what's the biggest difference for me as a flash photographer, what I wanted to see and I wish they would have done. So all right, so the biggest thing with the Xplor 600 Pro and the SE is the recycle time. The recycle time on the Xplor 600 Pro is still 0.9 seconds at full power. That's really, really fast if you don't know. The Xplor 600 SE is 2.5 seconds at full power. That's a pretty significant difference. As a flash photographer, I don't really shoot that fast, so that type of need is not for me, but that's good to know if that need is for you. The handle and the design, again, with the Xplor 600 Pro, you know, we are kind of used to, you see the short throw on this one, but it also has the two spots for the wing nut right here to put it in your C-stand or whatever the case may be. But on the Xplor 600 SE, see, you can see the difference in length of both of these. And this one only has one hole for the wing nut to put it in your adjustable light stand. So again, bigger difference. This feels a lot bigger. This feels better. Even hand holding it, like you could literally, honestly, hand hold this because the stand right here is much bigger than this one over here. So again, that's something else that you can take into consideration. Handle, the design definitely goes to the Xplor 600 SE. Now the modeling lamp. Now in the Pro, it has a 38 watt modeling lamp. The modeling lamp in the SE is a 40 watt modeling lamp. So the modeling lamp in the SE is definitely more powerful than the modeling lamp in the Pro. The modeling lamp definitely goes to the SE as well. battery life. So I really can't, not going to tell you like how long these things are going to be on or how good the battery life is, but we're going to estimate this in power shots. So with the Xplor 600 Pro, you get about 360 full power shots. In the SE, you get about 500 full power shots. So again, this goes to the SE as well. Flash tube design, all of these things is pretty similar. All right, there's not really a big difference in this. I don't really care about that. They both have the ID function. They both have similar menu functions. But this is the biggest thing for me with both of these lights. It's the setup. It's the design on the front menu system. Let me show you. All right, so this is a really, really big thing. With the Xplor 600 Pro and actually the Xplor 600, the button layout was set up similar. On the Pro, you have your group and channel button right here. You have one for your wireless. You have your mode, your menu, your high-speed sync, your modeling lamp, your sound or beep, and you have your test flash. You basically never really have to go into the menu system on the Xplor 600 Pro. And the Xplor 600, the first one, was actually similar. I never really had to go into here unless I wanted to change the ID or do something else inside the menu system that wasn't available on the outside. They took all of that away on the Xplor 600 SE. So if I need to change the group, if I need to change the channel, if I need to turn on high-speed sync, if I need to do all that, I gotta go to the flash. I gotta do everything pretty much right there on the flash menu, or go into the menu system to change or to add a lot of these things. I like the fact that everything was just basically right here on the outside, so I don't have to go into the actual menu system. And now it's almost like the Westcots. You know, that's the reason why I didn't like the Westcott 400. So I didn't like the fact that I had to go into the menu system and do everything physically on the actual light. I want to be able to just press it right here. I want to be able to get to it fast. High-speed sync, boom. Menu, boom. Modeling lamp, boom. You know, sound, boom. Test, boom. Like everything, group, channel, everything I can change right there. Group, channel, and high-speed sync is pretty much the main two things that we go into these lights for. But it's not available on here. I didn't like that. Overall, man, these lights are pretty much amazing. They're similar. As you know, you don't have, I think you can get a handle for this one, like the bottom handle on the Xplor 600 Pro. I don't know. I have to check into that. Hopefully when this video comes out, I may have an answer for you. But I do like the handle on here. There was no handle on here. It didn't even come in a box, so I don't think that there is one for this one. I don't know. I definitely like the bigger grip. I like the group light indicator on here. Bigger modeling lamp, more flashes, like but again, you get a faster recycle time. So if recycle time is really, really important for you, go with the Flashpoint Xplor 600 Pro. But with everything else, the new technology and things inside the Xplor 600 SE, and it is cheaper, but again, you take a little bit of hit from the 2.5 recycle time. If that's not important for you, by all means, get the Xplor 600 SE. All the links to these lights will be in the description below, man. Big shout out to Flashpoint for trusting your boy, doing this in-depth review, man. We're definitely going to be coming up in our next photo shoot. Go ahead and putting this out in our next photo shoot, man, using the Xplor 600 SE. Again, it's still a 600 watt light. It's not going to be too much of a difference. They both have similar Kelvin temperatures, basically the same Kelvin temperature. It's not really a lot. It's basically, it's all about usability, honestly, at this point. But the modeling lamp and a lot of those other things definitely play a difference in these two, man. So I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with me, man. And hopefully, guys, this helped you out a lot. If something that you want to see that I didn't include the video, leave it in the comment section below, and I will be able to answer any questions that you have between the SE and the Pro. All right. Until next time, this is your boy Brandon, aka Cat Heart Photography, and we will see you in the next video. Holla.